Welcome out to CEC TV, broadcast of Dixie Storm versus the Chaminade Silver Swords. We're going to do the starting lineups here. Suchica Bakic will be starting for the Chaminade. Keani Posse, also an outside hitter. Caitlin Spring, another outside hitter. Natasha Enos will be the setter. Number 18, Cassie Rushlow, your right side, and your middle blocker, DeShasia Labrie. And your libero for the Silver Swords will be Brenda Walker. Head coach will be Head Coach Hoke. This is her 4th year, with her first-year assistant, Salzman, as well as Nico Leach in her 3rd year. This is Hayden Peterson here, and I'm with Mike Calley tonight. Mike, we will have the starting lineups brought to you for Dixie.
All right, it's great to be here. This is that was Lindsey Jones. Morgan, Utah, we have
Dorea.
Yeah, Taylor Dorea. There's our Alex Anderson. She was last week's Pac West Defensive Player of the Week.
Had herself a great week last week on the defensive side.
She definitely holds this team together.
The sisters, Brett Anderson is also starting. Both Brett and Alex. Always be nice to play with your sister at the college level. Kaylee Fry, the setter, number 15 there. And your local St. George, Utah graduate from Snow Canyon, Mackenzie Bird Murphy, number 17.
She was definitely very important to the win last Saturday against Azusa. It was a hard-fought victory last Saturday. It was quite exciting. You missed a good one.
Last week we lost the first game and came back and won 3 straight to take that match against Azusa, as I was not in town, but Mike brought it to you live with the channel. And we're going to toss to a 30-second break real quick, and we'll be back.
Live from the campus of Dixie State University, the Community Education Channel presents Red Storm Volleyball.
Pink. Now we're back now.
Now we're back.
It's
as we get ready for game 1 of this evening's matchup between, like I said, Chaminade Silver Swords from Honolulu and your Red Storm, Dixie State.
You know, and Chaminade's coming off a loss to BYU Hawaii, and the Red Storm are coming off another win, another home victory against Azusa. This is our 5th straight game at home, and 4-0 so far. So hopefully they can pull out another victory tonight.
Yeah, talking with Coach Hoke from Chaminade, I asked her what went wrong in that BYU-Hawaii matchup, and she said everything. The response was everything. She said they didn't have much passing, no attack, which leads to the attack. If you can't pass, you can't really get it to your setter. There's not a chance to get a good spike or good hit, which kind of leaves you open for a lot of tough beatings, which they took one from BYU-Hawaii last week.
Yeah, their hitting percentage was under 100, so it's
not the greatest hitting, but BYU or Chaminade will start with the serve. It will be number 12.
It's Natasha
Enos. And we are underway. Kaylee Fry with the quick set up the middle. Finds the deep corner. That is number 15. Or number 15 at the set.
That was Kaylee.
Is it Kaylee? No, yes, Kaylee said it, but I'm not sure. 17, Mackenzie Bird Murphy with the kill to the deep corner. Now serving is Dorea. Quick set up the middle. Sends it off Brett's hands, out of bounds. 1-1. Into the game for Taylor is Sydney Brandon. Sydney's a freshman from Bountiful, Utah. And she would play in the back row for Taylor. Serving number 18.
Cassie Rushlow from Riverside, California. Serves it.
Dug up by Kaylee. Alex with the bump outside to
Brett. I think that's Brett.
This is Brett, yep. Ball tipped over, and point one for Chaminade, the Silver Swords, as number 9.
Just
with
mistimed
the quick
her.
tip.
Yeah, just mistimed her jump a little bit for the block.
Kim Spring from Switzerland. Found a lovely island to go play some volleyball. Can't complain. Delaney Daniel with the hit. It's off the block, and Sydney Brandon puts it up in the air, but no other Dixie player able to get to it as Chaminade takes a 3-1 lead here in the first game.
Brett was trying to catch up to it, but it was just moving a little too fast for her. Student Cashley Rushlow for the Sword serving.
An excellent diving play there by number 22, the libero, Brenda Walker, as she was able to dig up that tip.
That was a pretty nice dig from Cindy herself on this side.
Number 9, I believe, again, off of the block. Brett Anderson got up to get a hand on it, but it went off her block straight sideways and straight to the ground. 4-1 Chaminade. Here's your replay. Brett got up to the solo block, and the ball bounced into Mackenzie Bird Murphy's arm and went straight down. Rushlow back to serve again. Anderson with the dig. Kaylee with the set. Right at the middle. Quick down. Mackenzie Bird Murphy with her second kill of the match. Straight to the ground, and she'll step back to serve.
There's some nice execution there. I was watching that number 9 from the Swords in practice. She's got a hard hit, so Brett's got her night cut out for her up front.
Lindsey Jones has just checked in the middle block right there. No touch, and the ball sails long. 2, 3, 4. Dixie is trailing in game 1. Back to serve, once again, Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Float serve.
Looks like she
7 sends it a little wide. Kayani Posse.
tied it up.
Tough to get that. Look how far outside she is right there. She takes off outside of the court. Try to get that one back in the court. Tough angle there. As she now chases one into the stands, unable to bring it back as well. Dixie. Mackenzie Bird Murphy with another great serve as she has now rallied off 4 in a row for the Storm. When I talked to Coach Felder earlier today, Mike, they said one of the things she mentioned was keeping serve and staying on rolls, getting 4 or 5 points at a time. Because as an opposing team, it's always tough to come back from a moment when you can't get someone off the serve. It kind of gets to your momentum, gets to your confidence. It can be tough at times. A quick set there. Number 12 tries to dig it up and sends it back into the water fountain.
It's some good play there. That definitely back to what you're saying about what Coach said. Momentum is definitely key. I was watching Sousa last week, and it was the hard fought for both sides, just getting any momentum, and it was just back and forth.
As Keani Posse with the kill on the outside corner to kill that run there for the Storm. Now back number 9 is Kim Spring. As Dixie State has the lead 6-5 in game 1. Kim Spring to serve. Outside to Daniel. Daniel off the top of the block, dug up by Walker, I believe. Brenda. Ball down, touch. And in. Ball was touched on the front there.
And just tipped
Here's
it.
your replay. Just off the top of the inside block there. 6-6, game 1. Kim Spring sends one right off the back row of Delaney Daniel, not able to get under it for another point for the Swords. So early on, we've seen a quick couple of service points go 3 in a row to Chaminade, and then Dixie State comes back and gets 4, and Chaminade now pushing to get a 3rd in a row here.
This will be our 3rd lead change of the match so far.
Sydney unable to pass that one. As the Swords take a 2-point lead.
Kim Spring serving for the Swords again. Still floating serve up front. Nice kill. I think that was Lindsey Jones with the kill up front.
They call number 3 in the net for Chaminade, so either way the point would have gone to us as she creeped into the net there.
It's Talia Brown with the serve. So she's got such a strong look of concentration on her face whenever she serves. It's
a little bit intimidating.
Looks like that one went out.
No touch.
Storm have tied it up, 8-8.
The replay there, you can see no touch from the block or Talia. She wisely pulls her hands down and gets out of the way of that. That one is touched, and Sydney Brandon makes an excellent diving attempt to get there, not in time. As 2 substitutions will come in now, number 23. And back into the game on the front row is somebody, I cannot tell who it is, but 23 serving now is Skylar Curry.
It's Kaylee up front there, I think. Kaylee sets it, and
Jones with the tip. Walker's there to dig it up. The tip from Chaminade. Kaylee sets it outside. Daniel rolls one over, right over Skylar's hands, and down for the Storm.
It's a nice
Sydney
attack
Brandon
there.
will sub out. Dorea in to hit on the front over here. And back to serve is number 12, Delaney Daniel. We are deadlocked at 9-9 in game 1 as Daniel sends a serve short into the net. Back to serve is number 7 for the Swords, Kayani Kasi. As she misses a serve as well. Back and forth, 2 service errors in a row, 1 from each side.
We got Alex Anderson for the Storm getting ready to serve. See if she can get us a little bit of separation.
The quick right in the middle, tipped. Kaylee sets it up. Swinging off the first is Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Skylar sets it backside.
Oh, nice block.
Blocked, but out of bounds as number 3 will get the kill there. That is Sunny Bakic.
I'm glad you tried that one. I wasn't ready to give it a shot yet.
Well, her first name is Sunchitsa, but it says she also likes to go by Sunny. Sunny's a little bit easier to say over the air on a quick notice. So
definitely
I'm gonna stick
is.
with Sunny.
That was a nice kill by Taylor there. Attack that right side. Just got Kaylee Fry with the serves.
Back, Brenda Walker digs it up for the Swords. Pushed over and out. Just wide. As Kim Spring tried to get a little bit of a tip in there, just not enough.
Looks like Kaylee served that right into the net. And we'll just give it back. It's tied up, 12-12.
Back to Natasha Enos for the Swords. 12-12 here in game 1. Taylor sets it, or digs it. Straight down over the ground. Good corner there from Mackenzie Bird Murphy once again.
Just good placement. Just found a nice little hole right between them there with their kill.
Mackenzie Bird Murphy gets straight up right here and goes straight down just behind that 10-foot line, about 14 feet. As we have a double called. Double is when the setter thinks they're going to be able to set it cleanly, but it comes off both hands, and you can clearly see an awkward roll coming out of that set, going straight up, so it's not a smooth set, and that is called double, and that is illegal. That one spiked right off of the net. The block was there if needed, not necessary on that one. As Dixie State looking to extend their lead here once again. 15-12, Taylor Dorea back to serve for the Storm.
Oh, and she just misses on the outside with that serve.
She'd gone there the last 2 times, and the girl played it. That time she moves aside and then falls just wide, luckily, for Chaminade as they end the rally there. Sydney Brandon once again in for Dorea on the back row. 18 serving, that is Cassie Rushlow. Up top, tipped over. No harm there as the Swords are waiting patiently. An excellent block there by Brett Anderson and Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Both were up. I believe it was all Brett.
Some good defense there. Nice blocking.
Here comes a replay. There's Brett. And it was Brett with the solo block. Mackenzie Bird Murphy was with her, but Brett got all of that one. And another service error. Mackenzie Bird Murphy will sub out as Alex will wander on in to pass. Brenda Walker also in to pass for the Swords. Now serving is Kim Spring. Ace.
Oh, that was
a little miscommunication there and kind of wondering if it was actually going to be in or not between Sydney Brandon and Delaney Daniel, as they both thought it might have been a little long. It turned out to be just the right distance as it landed right there, right in front of the line. Easy call for the line judge for the ace. Kim Spring once again. Up top and out of bounds as Brett Anderson sends it off the block and out of bounds. In comes Talia Brown. Talia will be serving.
Interesting side note that Talia is all the way over here from Hawaii to play for Dixie, and Chaminade's all the way from Hawaii to play against Dixie.
That's true. She's been a couple of different teams from Hawaii as Talia gets an amazing dig there. As all she really did was get in the way. There's a great tip. Alex is there. Kaylee quick top. Alex is there again. Kaylee once again quick outside to Daniel. Daniel alone. Oh, no one covering. Alex got sucked in a little bit trying to protect the short tips once again, and Talia was just outside on the far corner, not able to get there as you watch it. Alex and Sydney both inside for the close tip, and Talia unable to get there in time.
Talia just got caught a little flat-footed there, not ready to dig it out.
Yeah, she was expecting if it was going to come off, she thought it would come off a little bit harder, and Alex and Sydney both got sucked in. They were kind of both taking up the same spot. A little bit of communication, they'll have that problem solved as it is 1-point game now. Talia goes outside to Delaney. Delaney sends it over to Brenda Walker with the excellent dig. The ball is blocked straight up in the air. Swung on. The tip, Daniel. That one is hit off of the block by Kayani Posse for the kill. Excellent point there. A lot of hustle both ways from Dixie and Chaminade. And there's your final kill right off the outside of Delaney's arm and down to the ground for the point. All tied up here at 17-17 in game 1. Back to serve. This is number 23, Skylar Curry. Touched ball off that kill by Delaney. As Dorea will sub in on the front row, and number 5, the first action, Jacqueline Condi will come in to serve for Delaney Daniel. Try to go with the quick set across the middle. Dixie not having it. Talia goes with the back row swing. Just long. (18-18) now.
Neither side can get any type of separation. They're both just staying in it.
One or two at a time. You know, that's what Coach Feather said is we need to make a few runs and get a few more points at a time. Don't want to trade off 1 and 2 and let it come down to the end. As an excellent place shot there by number 3, Lindsey Jones, as she will sub out now. And in comes Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Watch this excellent touch. Sees the spot on the floor and goes right at it. No one able to get there. Back to serve is
Alex.
She's hiding over there in the far corner. Could not see her.
Oh,
Ace.
nice serve.
Alex Anderson with the ace as she gets that one to drop just shy of the libero there. Timeout, Chaminade.
This timeout will brought to you by Dixie State University. It's been an interesting one to start. Not a lot of momentum either way. They're just kind of playing each other very close.
Trading back and forth with the scoring here. A few runs of 3 and 4 each way early in the game, and then after that it's been 1 or 2 at a time. As Dixie State now with a chance to score their 3rd consecutive point with Alex Anderson serving for a 2nd one count, including the side out. Try to make it a little bit of an extension right here to go to 25, try to get there early. Try to make a little bit of separation. In the last game against Azusa, one of the things Coach Felder mentioned is how the start of that first game was a little bit slow. They were forcing a lot of errors amongst themselves with bad passes and trying to hit off balance just because they couldn't get their balance under. But Dixie State appears to be a little more balanced today. I wasn't at the game. Mike, what do you see the differences between last Saturday's game and today?
They seem to be more on their spot. They're doing their jobs. Like Coach said last week, they seem to be playing a lot of catch up. The ball was hit, and instead of being where it was going, they had to catch up to it. So it's good to see everyone just following their assignments and getting it done.
And we're back as Alex Anderson sends one across the net. Tip, Dorea to Fry. Fry with the left-handed kill, straight down as a setter. Having your setter be that tall is a huge advantage for that reason right there. Kaylee Fry had no one to set it to as Dorea had dug in. Her middle's turning backwards there, as you can see. McKenzie had maybe a 1.5 step approach. Fry jumps up and puts it straight down with her left hand. That's tough to defend because your blocks aren't there yet. They're waiting to see who they're going to have to try to block hitter-wise. So having a setter that is that tall is a huge advantage. The punch shot, it works, and it goes off Jacqueline Connie's shoulder. Unable to get a good swing at it over there was Kim Spring, I believe, but she used the punch very effectively. Or pardon me, that was Cassie Rushlow on the far corner there. Able to use the little punch to get it in there. Now serving is number 22, Brenda Walker, the libero.
Nice soft serve to the middle row. And great recovery there.
Dorea off the block. It's over. Free ball out. Anderson sets it up Kaylee. Kaylee goes backside to Mackenzie Bird Murphy. It's dug up once again. Brenda sets it. Back row. The tip. Mackenzie Bird Murphy gets up just in time to send it back over. Here comes a swing from the outside, and it's hit way wide. Point to the Storm. That was number 9 missing wide there. Kim Spring for the Swords. 22-19, game 1, Dixie State.
And that was very indicative of the point that we were trying to make, because everyone here today was there. There was no catching up. Everybody was ready to do their job just then. So it's
Dorea with the solo stuff there is number 18 for the Swords. Cassie Rushlow tries to get a quick tip on it. Dorea up top in time and puts it straight down. We've got ourselves another timeout.
I'm not sure who called the timeout this time, if it was
I didn't see
Chaminade.
either. I imagine it was Chaminade. I don't know. I don't see Coach Felder calling a timeout to kill her own momentum, as she has now got the serve back, trying to close out this game. 23-19 Dixie State. As you see that replay there, Taylor Dorea, you just see the hand come from behind the referee and put that ball straight down. Last week, Taylor Dorea had 9 kills in the game against Azusa. And Delaney Daniel led the way for the Storm with 13 kills, and Brett Anderson also added 11 of her own. Having 3 hitters on a team like that can pull the weight and the hitters is very, very helpful, not only for the reason that if someone has a bad game, you have someone else to go to, but also keeps the block guessing where you're going to go. Because some teams you'll notice they have 1 or 2 good hitters, and usually have to play them across from each other just so they're not in the front row at the same time. But having the advantage of having 3 or 4 different hitters, you can go anywhere on that front line and usually get a few kills, because you look in there and usually you'll have Mackenzie Bird Murphy also in there with a few more kills. Last week she only had 4 on Saturday, but today I believe she's already above that. So I mean, with Dixie State they have plenty of weapons, which keeps the blocks guessing really. Yes. As we're in the point, Anderson digs one up. Fry goes backside to Brett Anderson, tips it up. The ball set up. Fry up. Mackenzie Bird up top. Anderson once again finds a deep corner with a kill right there as we're speaking. Anybody can put the ball up in the air and let anyone kill it. Kaylee Fry has to take that first ball, put it straight in the air. Mackenzie Bird Murphy able to take that pass from Kaylee, pass it herself up to Anderson, and Anderson puts it away. I think that's one of the things Coach was mentioning in being versatile, having your players be versatile. As Dixie State takes the first game right there with the serve and the missed pass from Chaminade. From right here, we got a replay of Kaylee Fry with that serve. The pass just unable to get there for the Swords. Game 1, Mike, in the books. What do you see?
Well, it's definitely a blessing for the Storm to have such great offensive weapons up front that all the girls up there can get done multiple different jobs, I guess. So that, like you were saying, the other team doesn't have to. It's caught guessing which direction they're going to go,
and we'll take a quick break and we'll be back after this.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
The Community Education Channel, serving Washington County for 20 years, covering DSU athletics, local high school events, city councils, the Economic Summit, Chamber of Commerce meetings, community events like Washington City Veterans Day celebration, and much more. Visit cectvutah.com for broadcast schedule and more information.
And we're back. Got about a minute left in between game 1 and 2 here. A little bit of coaching strategy. As Dixie's coach right there, what are you telling those girls?
I would just tell them to build on the momentum that they built from that last match. I don't know if it seemed like it was real stagnant for a minute, both teams just going back and forth, and they picked up a little bit of momentum, and before you knew it, they had won this set. So if I was coach, I would just tell them, just build off of what you've done and just keep it up. They've got a good thing going, and hold on to the win.
And for BYU Hawaii, or not BYU Hawaii, I keep thinking that's who we're playing, but we're actually playing Chaminade. Hawaii is who Chaminade played. Their coach has to be pleased with the effort. They came out and got a lot more done. They had a little more offense than what they had in the BYU Hawaii matchup. But I'm sure she's telling them we let that one get away. We had them 18-18, and they pulled away 20-25 there to win it at the end. So tough loss there for Chaminade, but you got to build on it. You got to come back strong here in the second game as Dixie will have the serve. The biggest thing right here is don't let Dixie get off to a hot start. I think she's probably telling them we got to have a stop here as quick as possible. Get him off the serve, build some momentum, and try to get a few points here.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm Coach Hoke, I'm just telling them, it's you were in it. You didn't look terrible. There were some good things to build off of, and just continue with that. And definitely just get them off the serve as fast as possible and try to make our own little run.
And they come out and do just that with the quick set to number 21. That is LeBry, a freshman from Riverside, California. As you see her just do that quick right up the middle, right through the top of the block. Not much more you can ask for from your hitter there. As number 18, Miss Rushlow, will step back to serve for the Swords. Delaney Daniel digs it up. Kaylee goes quick as well. Brenda digs it up a little bit deep as Brett Anderson puts it down on the overpass from Brenda Walker. 1-1 to Dorea for the Storm.
Brett just rose up and just put that one right back down. Just didn't give it a chance to come back over the net. Taylor serves a nice soft one to the back row. Definitely some good blocking up at the net right now.
Delaney Daniel sneaks one through the block. Speaking of those blocks, 2 or 3 good blocks there and great plays to keep the ball alive. And then Delaney Daniel goes right here and sends it through the top of the very top of that block and gets it to go down. Dorea back to serve again for the Storm. Dorea digs it up. Anderson sets it backside over here to Brett.
was a nice hustle up front to save that one.
Pushes deep corner, just out. Mackenzie Bird Murphy thought she had a spot and just barely put it right at the feet of the line judge.
It's a good thing I'm not a judge because I'd have called that in. That looked
I had to lean forward to see over the screen. I could not tell where it landed. When I saw her flag go up, I figured it was out. So I'll take her word for it. She does have the flag for a reason. She's getting paid to do it. So
that's why she has the flag and not us, I guess.
Yep. That one is out as well.
That was definitely out that time.
Yep. Plenty deep there as number 9, Kim Spring, back to serve again for the Swords. As we are just barely underway here in game 2. If you're just joining us, Dixie State took the first game against Chaminade. Kaylee goes outside to Brett, dug up there, and sent over free ball. Anderson, Fry, Delaney. Daniel sends one down. Nice. Walker digs it up. Number 3 sends it over. Sydney, Kaylee, Delaney. Back row again, dug up, set, swung on, blocked out of bounds. Great set of play there by Chaminade as they played a ton of defense and then finally got one chance to be on offense and put it to good use. I heard this kill off the block and out of bounds from number 3, Suncinta Bakic.
Yeah, I thought Delaney had a point a couple of times there, and they just nice dig by Alex.
Delaney just with that little pop and stop hit that she does. As Kaylee in the right spot at the right time sends one back over again. Kaylee up the top again. Alex goes and gets it. Sets it up top. Anderson off the outside hand of number, I want to say that is number 9. It's not number 9 actually. Let's see who it went off of right there. Number 7. Keone. Mackenzie Bird Murphy back to serve. A slow roller there from number 3. Dug up. Keone sends it across the line with a great kill on the super sharp angle there to keep it inside the 10-foot line. Number 3, Sunchitsa with the kill.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of court there for her to hit, and somehow she bent that ball around everyone and just put it down in that one hole.
That's what they say. A lot of it's not always power. It's not always how hard you can hit the ball. You got to be able to place it on a few times because eventually the blocks are going to get up in your way, and you can't hit through every block. That was an excellent job there by Sunchitsa to place that one in the far corner there, the close corner of Dixie State side. That one goes up top, and Keone thanks Dixie Storm for the overpass as she puts that one straight down.
She definitely rose up and slapped that one down. Oh, no miscommunication there. Not quite ready for
the Storm. The Swords starting to get on a little bit of a run here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a timeout here by Coach Felder if it goes 1 or 2 more points. And there, just when you think you have something going, you miss a serve. Service errors was one thing both coaches mentioned to me earlier today when I was asking them. We've got to cut down the service errors or errors in general just to stay in these games.
Talia came in for, I think that was Brett she came in for. Slee's back there serving now.
Keone with an impressive kill. Keone makes it look so effortless as she jumps up there. She's got to have close to 30 somewhere, between 30 inches and 28 to 35 inches on that vertical, at least I would imagine, because she makes it look effortless, kind of walks into that approach and then all of a sudden just leaps up and has a powerful arm to put that ball down.
Yeah, I was watching, like I said, I was watching her during pregame warm-ups, and she was definitely getting up there on her practice and her kills there. And she does make it look quite easy to jump that high.
Delaney Daniel into serve. Hasn't served since the first game when she missed. This one, though, she sends right over to Brenda. Skylar Curry goes up. And an amazing kill once again from Keone. Ripped from the back row right down that sideline. That was impressive. She was even pleased with the result of this one as she goes up right here from the back row once again. The ball gets down so quick our camera couldn't even keep up with it. What a kill. Plenty of excitement.
Kim Spring back in for Kaylee Labrie for the Swords.
Brenda sends it over, and it is dug up.
Oh, wow. I thought
Brenda
that was
gets there just in time as the pancake shot from Skylar Curry. Dorea sends it cross court and in. Dorea with a great angle. Ball was touched, they say.
That was an amazing dig by the Swords before that. I thought that ball was on the ground.
I'm not sure if a player touched that or if it was just the net, but they called the touch, so they have the final say.
Looked like a little miscommunication there for the Swords.
And Dorea makes them pay. She goes straight down the line once again. Taylor Dorea makes a living out there on that outside.
She definitely does, and she loves. It's nice to sit up here and see when you see her get that perfect set. You just kind of can almost chalk it up for a point, but not every time.
Yeah, she has time to decide where she's going to go, and she can read the block. She's very deadly and very effective from that side. Both her and Delaney Daniels, great hitters from that side. That's why they kind of play opposite of each other there in that rotation, is so that one of them's always there, which is very effective. Having multiple hitters, as we mentioned earlier tonight. The more hitters you have on a team, obviously, the better odds you're going to have of getting someone that can put it away for you. Number 12 in now, Natasha Enos serving for Chaminade.
Oh, Talia just unable to dig that one up.
Catches Dixie State once again leaning.
Those are the kind of mistakes that Coach Felder was talking about last week, just kind of waiting for the ball to come to you instead of going to the ball and attacking. Just Dixie's kind of come out of the second set a little flat. Talia bumps that one up and
off the net.
I think that's Coach Felder's calling that timeout that we were talking about, which is exciting in itself because history has shown that whenever Felder calls a timeout, they tend to come out and come on a little run. She's definitely got some words of wisdom over there in their little huddle.
Yeah, I mean, she's seen enough. We get up. They got the 5-point lead here. Don't want to let them get too close to 17 or 18 before you make it close again, or you give the game away in a sense. Try to kill their momentum here. That was one thing I definitely got in a sense of talking to Coach Felder earlier is don't let a team like Chaminade catch momentum. It's their team that rides the wave really well of that momentum. If they take the momentum from game 2, they'll go and just take it all the way till they end up defeating you. And that's one thing it's very tough to do here at Dixie is come in and beat Dixie. We're a very tough home team, and I think there's a lot of not only just the sense of being at home playing, but we have a great fan base on the normal nights. Obviously, a weeknight like this is tougher to get some people out.
Yeah, it definitely is. Dixie State, like we said, they're undefeated at home right now, and you have to give some of that credit to their fans because this is definitely one of the more popular sports on campus. They do come out and support as much as they can. It's great to sit up here and see all the fans show up and support these girls. We're getting ready to start play after that timeout.
As Natasha Enos still back to serve for the Swords.
See if Dixie it's got some magic now out of the timeout.
Dixie didn't make any changes. They go outside to Dorea. Dorea off the block and out of bounds. Just what you wanted out of there. Coach Felder calls timeout, kills the rally, and now has a chance to make a rally of her own with Kaylee Fry back to serve.
Dorea went up there and hit that one. She has a lot of power when she winds up.
There she is again. Brenda Walker with an excellent dig on a tough ball to dig up. Just because there's nothing really. Oh, and we are in the net. They called 15, but I think he meant 17. As Mackenzie Bird Murphy must have caught the net on her way back to try to retrieve that tip.
And that's unfortunate. Some good play there. Just have an unforced error there. There's Dorea. Kind of just seen that coming.
Once again, you can see if they get a set and Dorea has time to get out where she wants to be. Excellent at placing that ball straight down. Dorea back to serve for the Storm. Got him.
That was a great serve. She used that power. She was on the front row from the back and just got him out of position.
Two players put chase to it, and then each player thought the other was going to go for it, and they both ended up stopping early. Taylor with another great serve as Brenda couldn't decide whether or not to go after it or not quite. She lets it go, and the ball falls. Once again, Dorea trying to cut into that lead. 11-13, Dixie's trailing.
Jay goes right back to Brenda. It's just
nice
dig by Alex. But
Mackenzie Bird Murphy caught kind of chasing it around with her hand. She was back facing her. Tried to send it around to her, not in time, as you can see right here. Mackenzie Bird Murphy thought someone was there. No one was. Couldn't get to it in time. Kim Spring back to serve for the Swords. As Delaney Daniel dodges it, and it falls out of bounds.
That was very good decision. It was a little close.
Jones comes in the front row. Anderson steps out. Mackenzie Bird Murphy at the serve. Spring digs it up. Set up. Katie Fry got a touch, but an excellent kill once again from Keone. Keone having herself a game here in game 2. As you see another replay. Her vertical, she just seems to be getting anywhere from 5 to 6 inches above everyone else on the court.
Yeah, she is. She definitely rising above that net higher than anyone out there, and she makes it look so effortless. She's not really running and leaping. She's one step and up.
Outside to Daniel. Daniel with a kill. Once again, Delaney Daniel and Taylor on the outside. A tough 1-2 combo out there. Just when you get rid of one, another one steps up, and neither player on that back row, Spring or Skylar Curry, I believe, could get to it. Talia Brown back at that serious serving face. Sends it over. Kim Spring into the net. Curry tries to set it, and Keone can't get it over. Talia with a great serve. A lot of the Dixie State using the float serve here, kind of trying to get that ball to move around a little bit on the right before it hits the returners, and being very effective. Talia digs it up.
Nice dig by Talia.
Brenda with the dig of her own. It's straight up in the air. Delaney Daniel has to send it over. Outside to Keone. Talia with the dig. Under the net. Tons of hustle. They call a lift right there on number 3. Tons of hustle both ways. An excellent dig there by Talia. 2 digs, actually. As the Swords and the Storm both caught scrambling, and it goes in the Storm favor.
Unfortunately for the Swords, you don't get points for effort.
Once again, the block of Lindsey Jones and Delaney Daniel proves to be enough to take the lead for the Storm going into this timeout. There's that block once again as Keone really had no choice there. She was stuck left-handed to try to push. When she got to push, both the blocks were there, and they kind of got in the way. In talking with Coach Felder earlier, I'd asked her, you've won 4 matches at home in a row. You got 3 more coming. Are they must-wins? And she responded to me telling me, yes, they are must-wins. The goal the girls set was to win conference, and the conference winner last year was BYU Hawaii, and they only had 2 losses. Dixie State already with 2 losses as they lost to Point Loma in the first as well as California Baptist. So they've got their 2 losses, and Coach Felder said that they need to get on a roll here and win a bunch in a row.
That's definitely, like I said, the goal is to win the conference, and with BYU Hawaii in your conference, you can't afford to give away any conference wins. That BYU Hawaii is definitely the powerhouse in this division. So yeah, and I feel like, if they can just keep up this homestand, then they can go out on the road with the momentum of all these home wins. And when it comes time, when playoffs come around and they come time to finish, hopefully they do it with a great record. We're back to play here. Talia with a set. And great blocking by Chaminade right now.
Excellent hustle there from Talia Brown, and Sydney Brandon with a dive from the back row is trying to get up there with the quick tip right here from Kaylee. Was denied by the very tall number 8, who is Raina Johnson. She was hanging in the air to try to block the hit, and was able to stay in the air long enough, just barely, to get a block on the push there from Kaylee. As Delaney Daniel back to serve now for the Storm.
She just used that soft floating serve to the middle, and excellent block.
Lindsey Jones and Kaylee Fry once again right there on your block. Lindsey Jones having a great day in the blocking category. She's been involved in 2 or 3 great blocks.
She has been. She's definitely an active player up there on the net.
Her height helps a ton when it comes to blocking as well. And once again, Kaylee Fry and Lindsey Jones there on the block. Outside to Dorea.
And Dorea just
really didn't even have much of a chance to wind up on that one. You know, she had the first tip straight up in the air. Had to retreat back quick, and then just 1-2 step right there and just sees the back corner open and turns and rolls it with her hand. Excellent court vision there. To be able to see that all at once is a huge key from your hitters.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Her court vision and just the timing. There's no time there. You couldn't put for her to, when she jumps, how she can see where to go and just instinctively puts it right there. So you were talking with Coach Felder earlier, and they have won 4 in a row, and they need to get this 5th. And what did she say about what she needs to get number 5 to win tonight?
She said the main talk in practice this week was consistency. They need to be consistent. They need to have their hitters come out and consistently hit the spots that they're set to. So whether they're outside, middle, or a quick set or back row, they need to be consistent hitting, but consistently getting up on the blocks as well. She said the first game against Azusa, they were a little slow getting on blocks and opening up a lot of hitting lanes for the other team, which I feel during this game, as we've been watching, they've had plenty of chances to close blocks, and they're doing it. They're getting in the way, not leaving those open lanes for the hitters. So I think Coach has to be pretty happy with the consistency so far. As Lindsey Jones coming around and gets that back set right there. Kaylee Fry sets it up. Kind of an easy jump, like a humane jump right there. You come up, that's a natural jump for a basketball player to do a layup right there. And they turn that into a volleyball jump to give you a little more of a bounce. So excellent design there with that back set coming out of a timeout. But yeah, that's what she basically was saying, is just keeping the consistency throughout the match. Not a couple sets here and there, but we want the consistency of the entire match. As Talia makes an excellent play to get in there and dig that ball up right before it comes to the ground. And Alex also does a wonderful job at getting in the way in time to get it back up, but it all turns out as number 3 for the Swords, Sunchica, gets a kill off of the overpass.
Sunchica has definitely been an active player for the Swords. So far she's gotten 4 of their points in this set.
And once again, another active player for the Storm, as we've been talking about it all day. Dorea sends another one off the block to give the Storm a 4-point lead here in game 2. Alex Anderson back to serve. Drops it just short of the back row, not able to get under it all the way, as it hit her right in the fist and goes straight sideways.
Looking at over some stats, I don't know that Alex records very many aces, and I think that's her 2nd or 3rd ace this set. So
she did have a couple right there in the very first time she served, didn't she? Another block from Mackenzie Bird Murphy and Kaylee Fry. I don't know who was there, as the line judge was right where the block took place, but let's see if we can get a better angle out right here.
It looks like
it might have been Mackenzie Bird Murphy, as she's the one celebrating like crazy there. So
the two of those are very often up at the top of the net together.
Once again, a touch. Delaney out to Dorea. Anderson in there right where she's supposed to be. Back to Dorea once again with the tip this time. Dug up by Raina. Anderson.
Excellent save by Anderson.
Kaylee tips it back.
Alex is there again to save it.
And number 18, Cassie Rushlow, denies that tip attempt there from Kaylee.
Just met her right at the top, and
two hands is, it's Mackenzie Bird Murphy, sorry. 2 hands is better than 1 when you're trying to push it straight down like that. Now back is Natasha Enos for the Swords. 2 points away from game point for Dixie. Talia up top. Kaylee goes outside to Dorea once again. Pushes. Enos gets it, and Walker sets it up.
Excellent.
And it's down. Kayani with the excellent hustle play, not able to get it in the air though, as Kaylee Fry will have a chance to serve for set number 2.
And this just goes to with what we were saying earlier with the timeout, and they came out from that timeout and haven't really given up the serve but a couple times. And
an excellent hit there. Nothing you can do about that. If the block isn't able to get up quick enough on that one, Sonachina is going to have a quick kill right there off of Alex Anderson. As Chaminade is 19. Dixie State with a side out will take set number 2. Delaney Daniel sends it up. Anderson sets it outside to Dorea. Dorea finds Brenda Walker. Walker over to number 9. Tipped up. Alex sends it to Delaney.
It.
Off the banner. Swung on. Anderson, Walker up top, 9, Kim Spring.
Oh.
Excellent quick set there by Kaylee to get Mackenzie Bird Murphy the kill, and game 2 for Dixie State. As you watch the replay, Alex gets the up, Kaylee goes quick, and Mackenzie Bird Murphy goes off the outside of her right hand, sends it even farther right and down. As we have reached the break, we'll take a 2-minute break here and come back and give you a few statistics from the first 2 games and a few highlights as well. Thank you.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
Watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
And we're back here in the Storm residence.
Student Athletic Center.
That's right.
More commonly known as the Old Gym here on the wonderful Dixie State University's campus.
2 games under our belts as Dixie State took both of them. And we'll take a look at a few replays here from games 1 and 2. This is from game 1.
Yeah, game 1. It's
equal. This was the game, I think. Dixie State had about 4 more kills on the advantage chart in the game 1, as they're sitting at 25 kills to 22 kills now after the 2 games.
So if we were to give out a Player of the Game award especially right now, it would definitely have to go to, I would say, Taylor Dorea. She's definitely an asset to her team with
offensively, yeah.
With 10 points and 7 kills. Interesting.
A few highlights here from game 2 is when Dorea really started to do some of her work right here. The blocks as well from our tall front row. Here comes another one as Lindsey Jones gets her hands on that one. Once again, probably an outside kill right here. The very last point of the set there from Mackenzie Bird Murphy to take the match, or to take the set. Pardon me. I keep thinking we want to take the match, but we need one more game to do that. And I imagine that's one thing coaches on both sides are saying. Game 3 is critical. Coach Felder saying, let's get it out of the way. Don't let them get any momentum. Try to finish them off right here and take it home quick. And if you're Chaminade's coach, really all you can tell them is, hey, we got to have this one, you know. Don't worry about games 4 and 5. If we don't get 3, we don't get to play 4 and 5. So
definitely. And for the Storm, you know, they do have to play in a couple more games. So no one I'm sure the coach doesn't want to have to see them go 4 or 5, go home and get some rest. Because they're going to be back here on Saturday to play Hawaii Pacific. So hopefully they can just put this one away. Interesting note, when we're talking about the timeouts, is the Storm were down 7-12. Coach Felder took a timeout, and Storm rolled away with it right after that.
6 more points after that timeout, correct? Finished at 25-18.
They did, 25-18.
That's a great run right there. That's exactly what you want out of a timeout like that. As we are just getting the final rotations here. The bottom judge over there getting the rotations from each side before we start game 3. Like we mentioned earlier, Dixie State took the first 2. They were trailing in game 2 12-7 and came back to win it 25-18.
It's an amazing turnaround. Just take a second, take a breath, get your head about you, and get a great win.
They won 18 of the last 24 points. As a coach, if you win 18 of 24 points, you're not going to lose very often. They come right out and go to Taylor, pardon me. Anderson digs it up. Kaylee not there.
A little miscommunication there.
Kaylee thought maybe Brett was going to get to it where it was over her head, but Brett thought Kaylee was going to turn and get it. Neither of them did. And the Swords take the first point of game 3.
Sometimes you can be a little bit too unselfish.
Number 12 back to serve. That is Enos.
Natasha Enos.
Sent over and missed. Number 21, Deza Lebray, tried to get the kill on the overpass, unable to do so.
Taylor back to serve for the Storm for first time this set.
This is long.
Just long. Taylor's going to sit down, and Sydney Brandon's going to come in for her.
So far, both teams sticking, I believe, pretty close to their starting lineups. Number 18, this is Cassie Rushlow, who was a starter as well. Serves her into the net. There is one change, as number 21 is now on the front row for the Swords.
And Alex will go out, and I believe that was Lindsay that came in for her.
Up on the front row, probably, yes. Number 21 right there, that's the sub I just mentioned. Hits it a little bit wide. The second time she's hit wide left this set.
Mackenzie's back to serve.
Tried to catch the block quick, not in time.
Mackenzie's from right here in St. George.
She has played a high school ball right there at Snow Canyon. And that one sells just wide on Kayani. Kayani once again making it look effortless as she gets up there and she really pounds the ball extremely hard. But one thing, if you don't pound it hard, it's not quite going to be where you want it to. If it goes wide, it goes wide. That one off the block for the kill for number 9, Kim Spring, the outside hitting junior.
So the Storm are up 4-3 right now.
Delaney digs it up.
Delaney
backside to Brett Anderson. Brett Anderson with the kill. Kaylee Fry with the back set. Excellent back set there. And Brett Anderson rotates right around and puts it away.
Cleo coming in for Brett.
Brett will get a well-deserved rest there after an excellent kill. Dorea also over there on the bench, as Talia will now serve. Tip, Delaney up top, swung on.
Brenda sets it up, and I think that's Kiani Posse. He's just
again
hits it too far out. Talia with her next second serve, and just floats it long. It's deceptive. That thing was just floating, thought it was going to come in, and just kept going.
Now in number 8, Raina Johnson. A little bit of height in there on the front row now for the Swords. Raina standing at 6 foot. Tall for a girl, average for a male. But once again, there's that height kills, as Lindsey Jones and Kaylee Fry both rather two of the taller players on the team. When they're both putting up a block, Kaylee Fry's at 5'11" and Lindsey Jones is at 6'2". That's a fairly tall block.
That's very tall. It's interesting to note, I don't know if you could see it from here, but the communication between those two up front, they weren't necessarily looking at the ball when it was coming. They looked at one another and followed each other to the corner and blocked it. It was nice to see the teamwork, the way they work as a pair out there.
That's another thing Coach Felder has said. After being at this homestand for so long, our team chemistry is coming together really nicely. The people are knowing where each other are going to be. We haven't seen a lot of errors in that category because of the players knowing where each other are going to be, which has been extremely helpful, as there's a double hit called right there. As the setter trying to set it backwards and run in the opposite direction at the same time. Very difficult to get both hands on it at the same time. Delaney Daniel back to serve. The Dixie State trying to run away here in game 3. Brenda sets it up. Outside, Kiani with the tip. Well used, excellent use of the tip there as Kiani tips it just over number 3's head, Lindsey Jones.
There's some very great misdirection on Chaminade's part there. They just caught everybody just a little off balance, expecting something different. That's Kiani Passy with the serve. Talia with the... Oh, wow.
Once again, Taylor Dorea. Excellent pass there from Talia. Excellent set, and Taylor does her job. That serving must be Alex, because I can't see her.
And she likes to hide in that corner. And another ace by Alex.
Alex is seeing the spots on the court well as she forces Chaminade to take another timeout here, as Dixie State takes an 11-5 lead in game 3, which will be the decisive game if Dixie State can win it. If Chaminade comes back and wins, it'll force game 4. But once again, no one really able to move towards that serve there.
It's an amazing serve. It's just comes right across the top of the net and just drops at the feet of the defender every time.
Sometimes it floats and sometimes it just drops. It just depends what Alex sees before she serves it or what the coach calls. As you'll notice Coach Felder giving a little call, hiding the call behind her book. She's telling her where to serve it, and then Alex and all the other girls have practiced enough that they are able to control where they're tipping and serving, and they send it that way. If it works out like that, you get an ace. 3 points and take away from the big swinging Chaminade front row right now with Kiani up there. Anytime she's around that ball, there's a good chance she's going to serve it extremely hard. Got a little dance bug going on in here. Few of the fans catching it.
They're definitely feeling the excitement for another win.
As Dixie State is creeping up to it, 14 points more here, and Dixie State will collect yet another home win.
Oh, there's Taylor right there with the block and just put it right back down.
Dorea will get credit, but once again, that all comes from that serve. The back row has to go up and get it, and Dorea has a chance to easily put one down, as the Chaminade player was jumping but was not able to get there. Dorea had all day to do what she wanted. As finally, the serve falls where Anderson doesn't want it to. Probably the first serve she's had all night that hasn't gone where she wanted it.
It's nice that it's been a while since we've seen someone serve it into a net too. I was concerned about that when we first started.
Daniel with the pass, Fry up top quick, and Mackenzie Bird Murphy making a living right there, top of that as well. Killing the ball straight down off that quick set right here. Whoop, and down.
There's Kaylee Fry back to serve. And and Alex just couldn't get her hand on it. Seemed like she was ready for it, but just a little outside of her reach. Chaminade with the serve. That's Natasha Enos, I believe. Trailing 7-13, seeing if she can get something started for her team. Well, they were ready for Taylor that time. They see her coming up. They're definitely getting up there.
That's an impressive kill from the back row. Very tough to block from the back row just because they have so much more room to move it around you. So when you have someone who's successful, that can hit so successfully like Keone does from the back row, you almost have to go to her when your front row is not working.
That was impressive. That was a lot of power from far away. Taylor with the bump, and
Brett Anderson sends one down. Keone bumps it up. Daniel makes a diving stop. Mackenzie Bird Murphy straight down to the ground. It's tipped up. Daniel once again. Kaylee goes up. One-handed sets it back.
Oh, Alex.
As we're going to get a lift call. Excellent hustle there from both sides. Plenty of blocks and plenty of digs. As I believe they're going to call Mackenzie Bird Murphy with the lift there as it kind of rolled up over top of her before going over the top.
Yeah, it spent some time in her possession. Good fast hands by Alex, though.
Natasha Enos still serving now. And not anymore. Oh, they called it out.
Some definite amazing control from Taylor. She's facing away from us, the other side of the court, and shoots it to this side back corner. She did miss, but still the level of difficulty for that shot is up there. What a
Bird
shot.
Murphy puts it right off the block. And Chaminade with the unlucky bounce there off the block as it goes straight sideways.
And Taylor's serve.
Oh, the setter number 12, Natasha, tries to get up in time to get there, but accidentally sets it over to the other side where Lindsey Jones, or no, was it Brett Anderson? Probably, I believe it was Brett Anderson. Takes care of it.
It was either Brett or Mackenzie, one of the two. They're always right there with each other. Just
Cindy Brandon once again checking in for Dorea on the back row.
The Red Storm were just they play so well together that there's always two of them at the ball. There's not a lot of
very in sync. That's Cassie Rushlow now serving. Daniel digs it up. Kaylee goes backside. Brett goes off the top of the block. Keone once again. The sword's living and dying right now with Keone's arm. Wherever she decides to go is what she's going to go with every time. Keone's on the front row, we're set in the front row. Keone's on the back row, we're set in the back row.
Well, it's working to a somewhat for the Swords there. Back into it.
Once again, another service error. Coach Hope can't be too pleased with the amount of service errors she's seeing from her.
No, she can't.
Her team right now. Those are free points. I mean, you're not even giving the other team a chance to mess up, and it's just an automatic point. A tip. Excellent dig there from the back row, Kaylee. Once again, deep corner. Someone's there. That's Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Outside to Anderson. Anderson off the block, but no one able to get to it. As Sydney Brennan tries to go sliding around Kaylee Fry to get there. Not in time. Kim Spring back to serve for the Swords. 16-13 here in game 3. Dixie State already had 2 games to none. And Chaminade trying to force a 4th game.
They're definitely riding the game plan of just get the ball to Keilani, but
Jones takes the bump from Kaylee Fry and hits it as we got a wet spot on the floor over there. Anderson trying to wipe it up real quick.
Talia Brown back to serve. Talia's last serve just floated out of bounds. Let's see if she can keep it in this time.
Does so, right to the back row. Anderson sends one over. The block of Jones is there, pushed to the deep corner by Kaylee Fry, resets everything. Tip, Anderson slides under it. Kaylee goes and gets it. Delaney Daniel back row on the corner, that's in. Yes, it is, an excellent play there.
It was an excellent play from Alex just to slide in there and save that ball.
Alex got in, and then also Lindsey Jones made an excellent play right here, staying out of the way so Kaylee could get to it. And Delaney, off of pretty much zero approach, goes quick and kills, as does number 21 there, Desai LeBry. (18-14) Storm. Dela Cruz serving now for the Sword.
Oh,
great serve. Delaney goes a little wide on that swing. Dela Cruz back to serve once again. 15-18.
Delaney wound up. She wanted that one just a little too strong.
Catches the back row as the back row was creeped in quite a ways. Ball goes over their head. Coach Feller going to take a timeout and try to change the momentum once again.
Yeah, you hate to see errors like that. From up here, though, it looked like it was going to go long, too, so I can definitely understand why she thought it might have been going. She lost where she was. She didn't realize she was so far up.
Yeah, but the whole back row had creeped in. You can see there, they're all just probably in between 15 and 18 feet off of the net there. And there's plenty of room behind the court there. Tough spot to be. Not much you can do about that one. I mean, as a coach, you just got to tell them to back up and get in position to make a bumping pass there. But Coach Feller's going to take a timeout here, use a little bit of time to kill the momentum of the Chaminade Silver Swords.
We'll take this second just once again, talk about the team chemistry. You can see it. It's just coming through. You know, the communication verbally and non-verbally out there. They know where each other is. It's great to watch.
Yeah, they're being at home for this long stretch. I mean, they're having a lot of practice time, a lot of time in this gym to be able to work all the kinks out. So I think it's definitely come a long ways. And anytime you get to spend that much time around the group of people, you're going to have chemistry building. As they go backside there, Jones unable to put it away, but Keani does.
Keani's just got a lot of power from wherever she is.
Watch her just wind up on this. She knows she has momentum, and I mean, she's hitting that ball extremely hard. Talia got one hand in the way, but not enough to get it straight up in the air. As the Swords are rallying here. Talia up top. Kaylee has to try to put it over, unable to, as the Swords are tied it up 18-18. Coach Felder trying to kill the momentum, unable to, as Chaminade comes out and wins two straight points. Trying to force that game forward here.
That's too bad. That set was just a little outside of Kaylee's reach. She just had to stick a hand on it.
And you hate for it to come to an end as a Chaminade's head coach here with the error on the serve. Dixie State unable to get offense going. Just keep putting it in play, make it keep working. Unable to. Dorea checks in on the front. Daniel back to serve. Catches the net, but rolls over. Up top, tip. Dorea's there just in time. Got time to set up a block, and they do, and it goes straight down, and Dixie State turned around before the play was over. Luckily, Chaminade was unable to push that ball into play.
I think that's what Coach Felder's telling him right now is, hey.
That ball was definitely not dead as she tried to do a little soccer kick, send it over at the feet. Anything's legal.
Celebrating before. Oh, what a block. What a save by Talia.
The unfortunate event there is Dorea jumped and was unable to get a good swing on that one. An excellent save there. Excellent hustle by Talia to be able to get a hand on that ball and put it up in an area where Sutter could actually get to it. As it is 20-19 here in game 3.
Because not only was that ball very far and out of reach. It had a lot of speed on it when Talia got her hands up there.
And Jones hits one that just sticks in the block to give him a 21-19 advantage in game 3 here. Jones will sub out. Excellent play there. She just hits it, and that block just kind of catches it right there at the net. Unable to put it back over. Alex now serving for the Storm. That float serve. Daniel, Kaylee,
Taylor.
Oh, miscommunication there by Walker and Kim. Oh, not Kim Spring. That is number 18. That's Rushlow. Timeout. Chaminade.
You definitely feel the excitement down there from on both sides. You know, Chaminade, they don't seem to feel like they're out of it. So, and the Storm are just having a good time and definitely looking to get this other win and put this one away.
Yeah, trailing by 5 there before they took that service and tied it up and took the lead. They finally caught up and made it a game once again, and now Dixie State trying to do their best to get out of this.
Look at a couple of our students here at Dixie State coming to support their volleyball team. Said it's great to see the support that this team gets from the university, from the students and faculty here. So if you've got nothing to do next weekend, this Saturday, come on down and watch a game.
Yeah, the game will be at noon. I don't know. I do not believe we are broadcasting that game this Saturday.
No, I don't believe so. It won't be on television. So if you want to see your Red Storm, you have to come on down and watch it.
Come watch it in person. Come enjoy the experience. Come be a voice. Make some more noise as we're 3 points away here. An excellent serve. Up. Swung on, hit off the block and down. Point for the Silver Swords as that is Rushlow with the kill. Back to serve is the libero, number 22 for the Chaminade Silver Swords. That is Brenda Walker. Brenda's a senior. This will be our last year playing. Definitely a tough thing to take in. Maria rolls one off. Set up, back row.
Oh, miscommunication between Talia and Alex there.
Alex went after it, and Delaney kind of got caught standing, thinking Alex was going to get it, and it lands right at her feet. When you get a beat on it like that, Alex just has to take that one. She's already made the move. That's her job to be getting those hits as a libero. She has the first right to that ball, and she should go get that.
Just a little touch over the net this time.
Alex digs that one up. Talia sets it out.
Delaney with
an excellent kill. Once again, another part of having players that can be more than one thing. Talia, not your setter, but able to take that ball, set it in a key situation there, and DeRay able to still hit it off of the set coming from Talia, not the normal setter. That ball goes off of Delaney Daniels, straight up and out of bounds.
Was that? I think that was a shot from, I want to say Kelani, but I'm probably wrong.
I thought number 8 might have hit that one. Nope, it was number 9, Kim Spring.
It's good to see some of the other girls for Chaminade getting involved, trying to get some points as well.
Yeah, Dixie State is definitely favoring the side Keone is on, so I mean they're going to have to go somewhere else eventually. That is going to be 2.
And Chaminade has tied it up.
Kaylee tried to go with a long set there, trying to go way across the court to Derea. Probably a pretty tough spot to get to. She was setting it the distance of the court as Taylor was waiting on our close side to hit that ball. And Kaylee ended up with a pass on the far side of the court. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. Goes with the quick. There's people there. Brenda.
That was a great dig from Chaminade.
Alex sends it up. Derea swinging. Brenda digs it up. Set up. Outside to.
Oh.
Rushlow or Spring? I believe that's Spring once again with the kill. Game point as Coach Felder will take a timeout.
Yes, Coach Felder's decided it's very important. Might as well use your timeout.
No, you can't take them with you. No sense in saving them. Might as well use them.
So those timeouts work for both sides. You know, Chaminade was down quite a lot at the beginning of this match, and they've come back to 1 point away from taking one. So definitely seen a shift in momentum this set.
Yeah, definitely. There's not much you can say, really. I mean, Dixie State got a little complacent here in Game 3. The energy just hasn't been the same. That's one thing I've noticed every game, every time I've come to announce them, is Game 3. They come after that little break a little slow, a little flat-footed. Takes them a minute to get back in it. This game, I thought they were going to avoid that, and then they let Chaminade roll off 5 in a row, or I believe 6 in a row, including the side out, and catch up. And now, once again, you're in a dogfight, trying to close this thing out. As Chaminade catching a little bit of momentum.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the last thing you want.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because when this one started, it felt like Dixie State had put it away. I think it was 11-5 at one point in time, and you just kind of felt like this is over with. And I think the girls started feeling that too, and maybe slowed down a little bit. And unfortunately, Chaminade was not ready to go home just yet.
And now back to Natasha, who started that rally I was talking about 5 or 6 points. Let's see if the Storm can get her serve, and they are not able to, as Chaminade will force Game 4 with the block on Dorea's hit. Straight back down to the middle of the court, and we will see a Game 4. We'll step aside here for a couple of minutes, gather a few statistics for you, and we'll be back to bring Game 4. There's that last play off the middle block there by number 21, Deza Lebray.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are a minute away from the start of Game 4. Chaminade stole the momentum there in the very last game, taking it. And as I was mentioning, Keone Posse really carrying the momentum there. She now has 11 kills on the match, being the impact player right now for the Silver Swords, as Taylor Dorea also with 11 kills for the Storm. Taylor Dorea hitting at 296 right now. Not a terrible average. Pretty good. Well, Keone Posse for the Swords is hitting at 171. The kills are fairly even, 36 to 37 in favor of Dixie. And the points are fairly even as well, as you're looking at 53 to 47 in the last two. So a few updates coming on that on our stat sheet. We'll get a few more stats as they continue to load those into the computer we have up here. So as those keep refreshing, we'll continue to let you know where everyone stands. But as of now, we stand even. Well, not even, I guess. Sorry. 2 games for Dixie State, 1 for Chaminade, which does not make anything even. But we are stepping into even number game, number 4. Dixie State wins this game, they will win the match. Chaminade takes this one, and we will go to Game 5.
Yeah, it looks like Chaminade decided that, we came all the way here from Honolulu. We're not quite ready to go home yet.
Yeah, and Chaminade might have a few games here in the States. I imagine there's no sense in traveling out for one team I don't know if they come into Utah and play Dixie and then head back out to California and have some of those coast teams. I imagine it would be more likely, but we'll take a look at the schedule real quick and we'll let you know where they're heading after this. If you wish to follow them on their travel here in the States. Well, they are part of the States in Hawaii. They just have a lot better climate and a lot better view than we have.
Yeah, it's Chaminade's got a very busy schedule ahead for the rest of this week. They're playing Azusa Friday and then California Baptist Saturday.
So they got 3 games this week.
So it does make a lot more sense. They definitely didn't want to go to 4 or 5 sets tonight, being that they've got 1 day's rest. And
they come out here and win the first 2 points of Game 4, getting a little more momentum once again. But, they'd rather play 5 games than lose in 4. Play 5 and have a chance to take it home and win.
Yeah, you definitely would rather win with 5 than lose in 3, regardless of how many games you get stuck playing.
And at this age, as athletes and college athletes, you're young enough. It's all about playing. It's all about the experience. You really don't care how many you play, how many you don't play. It's not like they're getting old like you and myself, where we have to have time to recover every week and in between times we play.
Yeah, there's definitely recovery time definitely lengthens with age. I find myself having to recover a week after a couple hours of ball anymore. So I'm sure these girls could play all day and they would be just fine with it if that's what they wanted to do. So
yeah, there's probably not much complaining. I'm sure they enjoy these road trips. Get out of school, nice little break from college. Have to go back and do all that work. Maybe not your favorite thing, but it's all part of being a college athlete. It almost turns into a full-time job. Is one thing I noticed while playing. You really spend a lot more time at your sport than you do your schooling.
Definitely, and as Dixie State ties it up on an error or takes the lead with an error from Chaminade. And it's another error from Chaminade's side, and we take the lead 4-2. Taylor's back with the serve.
If I'm Coach Hoke, I'm going to be using my timeouts wisely here in this game. I don't want to one excellent play there from Anderson as Brenda Walker also makes an amazing play. Dixie began to celebrate, but Brenda Walker makes a one-handed save and retrieves the ball back into play. Once again, Brenda chases. Keone has to push that one back into play. That should have been a 2. As you saw the rotation on that ball completely change. No call there from the judge right above it. Tipped up, Anderson. Derea sets it. Daniel swings. Back corner, touched by Walker. Keone sends it over. Daniel, Kaylee. Mackenzie Bird Murphy blocked, solo block there by number 21, Desa Labrai. And an excellent point there. Frustrating point for Dixie as they thought they had the 2 call. They thought they had the point right before that one as well when Brenda Walker made an excellent one-handed hit by running away from the ball to get it over.
She did. Brenda Walker definitely put in some work in that series there with 2 or 3 good saves on both sides of the net with Alex with the bump and
a little mistimed there. Keone once again with another kill off the block.
And now Chaminade's tied it up.
Once again, it's going to come down to the key players. Coach Felder mentioned earlier, Keone was one player you had to watch for Hawaii or Chaminade. Just because they're from Hawaii, I keep wanting to call them Hawaii, but I'll work on it. They are Chaminade from Honolulu. But Coach Felder mentioned for her, she needed Delaney Daniel and Brett Anderson to both have good games. A pancake shot up by Sydney Brandon, not in time apparently.
Must have hit the floor.
She was close, but unable. So Coach Felder said Delaney Daniel and Brett Anderson needed to show up tonight to get a win. And for the most part, they've been here, but we're going to need to see a few more hits from each of them here in Game 4, I believe, as Chaminade begins to tee off on Derea. There's a hit right there on cue from Daniel. Sends one off the block.
That was a great hit. And like you were saying, that it's safe to say that they have shown up, but now's the most important time for them to remain here and in this game.
An excellent serve there from Bird Murphy as the pass was unable to be corralled by Chaminade and sent wide as you watch the replay. The focus there The pass just off one arm rather than two.
McKenzie back with the serve and just floats it right to the middle.
Oh, too far for Keone to get there, as Jones and Daniel both there. I believe Jones put it away. Jones is so tall and so quick to get up that if the ball's on top of the net right here like this. Oh, no, it was Daniel, pardon me. Daniel got there in time to put that one down.
Delaney out-jumped her that time.
Yeah, once again, the speed. The speed of these girls, and there's not much you can do. If the block does not get up on that, you're not going to be able to. That's just a luck dig. Throw your hands out and hope she hits it right at you, because the block was late, and Sydney Brandon was stuck in a dead spot. Good luck there. Subbing in is number 8.
That's Regina Johnson from Chandler, Arizona.
So kind of a homecoming.
Yeah.
Her family may have made the trip, whereas just up to Dixie.
But what a great place to go to school if you're from Arizona.
Yeah. Go from the desert to the island.
What a nice I thought she had a good tip over the net. Just
a good spot there by Keone. Outside to Daniel. Brenda digs it up. Set over to number 3. Oh, and the block, unable to push it far enough as Sunchitsa Bakich with the kill.
Brenda has definitely been a lot more active this set than the prior ones before. She's not ready to go home either.
Yeah, exactly. Your libero's kind of like an energy person. They get to play the back row for anybody they want, or anyone the coach tells them to, I guess. They don't really get to go in whenever they want, I don't feel. The coach kind of has a say in that.
Excellent save there.
Jones with the hit. Dug up again.
Oh, Alex. Great diving dig by Alex to keep this one going.
Outside to Keone. Sydney with the dig. Alex sends it up. Free ball from Fry. Short.
Oh, a little miscommunication there.
That's outside the banner. Yep, outside the antenna. As I think I believe number 9 over here had her leg rolled up.
Yeah, unfortunately, during that play, her and Brenda ran into one another and kind of took each other out. I hope she's okay. She seems to be, she's still there.
Yeah,
so.
I believe it was Kim Spring kind of got rolled up when they both went for that dig. Kim got caught under Brenda as they tried to make a play on that play, or on the hit. Brenda got there in time. I believe we were discussing a little bit of delay of game there from Chaminade as she brought the captain over and warned her, and then the captain went over and explained to the coach what was going on. An excellent hit. 2 touches on there by the front row. Fry decides to go by herself. Brenda out to Keone. Keone swings off the block and down once again. Keone came in with 11 kills. She's probably got added 2 or 3 more here in this game.
She has. You definitely have to grit your teeth whenever you see her wind up to hit, because right now it's Keone's got 15 kills. Well, that's what
that's if our stats are updated.
Right, and unfortunately the Wi-Fi is doing what Wi-Fi does, and
she's the one that wants to work,
taking its time.
But Keone right here, a key player once again. She's doing it all, serving, passing, and every time she jumps to hit, you can see the back row cringe from Dixie State, getting ready to see where exactly she's going to try to put it this time. As Daniel unleashes one of her own. Brenda still able to get to it, but unable to get it up high enough. Brenda Walker making some plays. Watch her get a piece of this ball after Delaney smashes it. Brenda still gets there in time as Chaminade almost scrambles enough to get that ball up in the air. But Delaney Daniel took that one and went with it.
It was an excellent play by Walker.
Tilly up top to Jones. Jones sends it over.
Nice hit. It's high right there.
Walker back to Rushlow. Rushlow off the top of the block. And unable to bring it down inside.
That was a rare one out of the reach of Alex.
As coach over there tells Jones just to let those ones go, as your back people are already set up. If she's not attacking, don't get your hands in the way. Let that go back to your liberos and your passers so we can get another chance to hit. As they are in the net on that, it is number 8 in the net.
She was ready for Taylor though. She was definitely not going to get burnt.
Oh, it wasn't even 8. It was actually 18 whose hand caught the net. He called it on 8, but as you saw, 18 was the one that got in the way.
That'd have been Cassie Rushlow. Brenda with an excellent save there.
Brenda is definitely working here. Mackenzie Bird Murphy tips it over. Brenda sets it up around the back. Number 9, Kim Spring. Fry goes, gets it. Dorea off the block. Anderson. Delia. Anderson. Delaney. Overside Kim Spring. Kim Spring with an excellent kill. Excellent hustle point there from both teams.
Nice set of just reactive playing there, just everyone being where they needed to get. Unfortunately, the point went to Chaminade, who lead this set 11-10 right now. They've definitely woken up in this last half of the third and this now fourth set. Talia with the bump, and
Brenda once again in the right spot at the right time, gets another one. Talia, Kaylee, Dorea with the tip. Hustle in there. Rushlow sends it deep. Talia to Kaylee. Outside Dorea got caught cheating in. Up top, Kaylee Fry goes ahead and takes a swing at it. Daniel digs it up. Kaylee sends it up top. Mackenzie Bird Murphy in the net once again. Somebody, number 12, no, 21 this time. 21 with the shoulder. As she turned to retreat, her shoulder, LeBry, catches the net. As you'll see right, we don't see it on the replay there, but as she turned to come back and to get into position, her right arm caught the bottom of the net.
I definitely like the game plan with from Taylor with just trying to tap it over the net the last couple of times. I've gotten used to her trying to kill it, so she's like, well, I'll make you guess now, and sooner or later someone's going to misguess.
Yeah, you keep them on their toes, you know. If all you do is swing hard and you have nothing else, they're going to know they can jump it up to block every time.
Yeah.
But if you mix it up a few times, send a roller or send a tip, that's all you need to do to help yourself out. Delaney digs it up. Kaylee sends it up top. Brett Anderson with the tip also, not enough. As Dixie needs to make a run here in game 4, as Chaminade has taken a 13-11 run. Looks like Dixie's just trying to do too much. They're overthinking themselves, or outthinking themselves, and just kind of getting them lost in a few positions here and there.
They are. They're just.
Dorea sends one deep. Daniel unable to give it chase as it goes about 2 rows deep into the stands, and that'll lead Coach Felder to take a timeout.
Yeah,
we're going to step aside for 1 minute, and we'll be back.
Es un corto trayecto de su colonia hasta su bosque local. Para encontrar un parque o zona verde cerca de usted, visite descubreelbosque.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
All right, well, we're back and back from timeout.
In that timeout, Michael, if you're the coach for the Chaminade Silver Swords, what are you telling them? What are you telling your ladies?
Well, Hayden, if I'm Coach Hoke, I'm telling them just keep doing what you're doing. Great energy. Just ride the wave. It's great to see the rest of you have stepped up. And just keep attacking. Keep your foot on them. Then their energy has definitely picked up.
Dorea gets caught in the net there.
That's Chaminade's up 14-12. On the other hand, Hayden, what would you say that Coach Felder would be telling her girls right now?
If I'm Coach Felder, I'm telling them we got to get We got to break up their momentum. We've got to keep them guessing. We can't do what we've been doing the first couple of games because they're catching on to it. And as we come out these first 2 plays out of the timeout, Dixie has relinquished the lead to 5 points now. It's 16-11 for Chaminade. Right there, once again, you just see a lack of movement. Dixie appears to be flat-footed. If I'm Coach Felder, I'm like, we got to get out of this rut. We got to do something to get the energy back. We need someone to make a play. So I'm looking for someone to make a kill here that's going to give somebody some energy. Mackenzie Bird Murphy back there. But once again, Brenda Walker, Kim Spring, Anderson, Fry, backside to Brett Anderson. Brett Anderson finally gets one that will not land as Chaminade is once again not letting a ball touch their side of the court. DeRay tries to change that, not able to. Brett Anderson swings, still dug up. Walker outside, Keone with the tip. Anderson's there. Kaylee up top. Bird Murphy sends it back corner. Brenda's there to Natasha. Natasha to Keone. Keone rolls one. Kaylee. Anderson. Rushlow up to Sonny.
Dixie just can't keep letting this happen. This just back and forth across the net. I feel like it's detriment. It's not favoring Dixie as much as it would Chaminade.
Yeah, Dixie is not getting any offensive attacks here on that, as you see there. What an excellent play. Plenty of energy as you see Chaminade just bouncing off the floor over here with excitement on that kill. Keone reached way up top to pull that one down.
Yeah, I felt like Dixie that entire series right there. They were just playing catch up. They were backing up. There was even when they did try to go on attack, it wasn't as heartfelt as it's been. They've come out here really flat.
One of the best points of the match right there by far. Both teams playing, but really Dixie, like we said, never had the chance, never really got the opportunity to attack there. Yeah, they were playing catch up the whole time off of the hits from Chaminade. Even though Chaminade chased one clear back to the baseline of the basketball court and sent it over free, Dixie still really never got organized to get a routine kill.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You've definitely seen the momentum shift. Chaminade's playing with the same level of energy that Dixie had in that second set, and Dixie doesn't seem to have an answer for it right now. Hopefully, and Coach Felder sees that. She's called a timeout again after 2 points, and hopefully she's got some words of encouragement and turn this around.
Yeah, Chaminade has sucked the life out of the entire gym, really. As the student body here in the corner trying to get a little bit of energy, trying to give the girls a little bit of momentum here into Game 5. If they get forced to a Game 5, once again, this game is still 8 points away. As we saw earlier, 18 out of 24 points from Dixie and to close out Game 2.
Yeah, Dixie can definitely turn things around. We've seen that. So I just 1 point at a time, and just let's get to work on getting the serve back right now and go on a little run of our own.
As Rushlow sends the serve over and misses. So finally, Coach Felder gets the side out she wants. 4 points after her first time out, though. So you want to come a little bit earlier as DeRay is on the back row now. That'll put Daniel on the outside, right where she wants to hit. Maybe give DeRay a little bit of time to relax and get her legs back under her here and try to feed someone else. And DeRay goes right away, gets a serve off of Spring's arms, unable to chase it down as the setter, Natasha. And right there, just what you need. A few points in a row right here. It's Natasha unable to get there, and LeBray also not sure whether she should go after it or not. Straight up, no touch. They are calling a touch.
Chaminade is still not letting Lana get out of their way.
There's one you need right there. You need this point, and they get it.
And that play right there, that could be the energy play that Dixie was looking for. It was hard hit at the net, and just
Dixie almost caught worrying once again too much about what the ref did or didn't call. They just need to play through it. They need to realize that you're not going to get every call, and from a line judge's position, you're not going to see everything.
Yeah, it's human. That's why they use human. I'm not sure the word I'm looking for right now, so we'll just move on. But you're not going to get every call like
you can't have like a mechanical.
Yeah, it's
mechanical referees, because it just kind of takes out the.
It does.
The human aspect of the game, I guess, is what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's pretty close what I was looking for. And like I said, but Dixie's closed the gap somewhat.
Once again, if you trade 2 for 1 here, you're not all the way out of it because they've still got 7 to chase down, and you're only trailing by 4.
That was an excellent kill right there. That was, I believe that was Mackenzie that did that. I could be wrong. No, that was Mackenzie Bird Murphy, a senior from right here in St. George.
Once again, anybody that can give a little bit of energy right here is what Dixie's looking for. Bird Murphy once again from the back row. Brenda's there, sets up Natasha to Keone. Keone's vertical, I mean, you can't say enough about it. The amount of air she's getting under her feet is she's hitting straight down. Just watch her leap right here.
That is
her
high.
shoulders are about the side where the elbows are of the block. I mean, she is getting up there, and when you get up that high, you have a lot more court to look at and use. I wouldn't know. I'd have to jump off of a 2-foot stool to be up that high to see what she's seeing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been that high on my own. So, some great.
Once again, Raina Johnson taking advantage of a simple error there by Dixie as they overpass the setter. And it's been a tale of two games apiece, really, so far.
It definitely has. Dixie State, they started with great energy, and it feels like it's shifted. And once the momentum goes your way, it's kind of like nothing can go wrong. And Chaminade is just on everything. They're not letting anything go past them. Brenda has been an amazing presence on the other side.
Yeah, between Brenda and Keone, they woke up in games 3 and 4, and Natasha Enos once again serving. Every time you look back there and the Swords are on a run, it's usually Natasha serving. But I mean, look at that. Natasha's getting that play. Oh, and Brenda Walker tries to get the quick push as Talia will come in to serve and try to get a little bit of something going for Dixie State here and try to close out game 4 and not have to go to game 5.
And it's amazing the way the other teammates feed off of the energy. Like I said, Keone and Brenda woke up with their energy, and as that ball just hits the line, I believe, on the back.
Was touched up on top of the block as well. But if you look, Keone is once again just head and shoulders above everyone else on that vertical. And her kill count has got to be climbing. Delaney Daniel with a great kill, but Kim Spring there to dig it up. Anderson also there with a great dig. Quick to Jones. Jones with the tip. Kim Spring slides in.
Great hustle from the back line there.
Back row to Keone, and that one's straight down once again.
Well, if we go off what our stats are telling us right now, Keone's recorded 22 kills.
Yeah, it's jumping. I'm telling you, they're still trying to get them in there. She's getting so many just so quick.
She has 24 points, and 22 of them are kills. So she is definitely the offensive weapon for Chaminade.
As we've got once again between Talia and Alex, as Chaminade will be serving game point for game 4. Just like that, Chaminade climbed clear up there to 24 real quick in this game. And it'll be Keone to do the honors. Oh, she misses.
Rare error from Keone.
We're in the backyard, and that's a family volleyball game. You're buying everybody shakes for missing game point serve there. Now Delaney Daniel, no pressure, but she's got to rattle off about 7 in a row just to stay here in game 4.
As Brenda just sits down to get that one. What a save from Chaminade.
Once again, one of the first errors there on the Chaminade defensively in about the last 10 to 15 points.
Yeah,
as Keone just tries to do too much. As Natasha was there, Natasha Enos is there to dig that one up.
Oh man!
And Daniel adds injury to the insult to injury there. As we are game 5 coming up, as Delaney Daniel serves that one into the net. The captains will meet at the net, decide which side of the court we're going to be on, and we are entering game 5, which is to 15, but you must win by 2.
If you'd have told me we were going to 5 games a little earlier, I would have laughed. But Chaminade definitely woke up after that second set, and they're here to play.
Yeah, after we came out and scored 18 of the last 24 points in game 2, if you would have came out and told me that we were going to go give game 3 away and game 4, I would have doubted it. But like I said, Chaminade woke up, and they're playing, if I had to use one word to describe them, I'd probably use scrappy. They're just everywhere. They're just making the little plays count. Diving here, diving there, chasing balls clear back to the wall almost.
Yeah, it definitely feels like their side of the court is smaller, easier to cover. The way they're moving around, it's just there's no holes. They're everyone's covering everyone. It's got to be frustrating for this Red Storm. They can't seem to get a ball past them.
As you see a few of these replays here, it's a few of the good things that Dixie had from that match, but a lot of it was just overseen by errors, simple errors, and the amazing hustle from Chaminade. I think these first 7 points here are going to be crucial, as I believe you switch sides of the court in Game 5 at 8 points. So the first team to 8. So if Dixie gets 8 first or Chaminade gets 8, then the players and teams will switch sides of the court and finish the match on that side.
Yeah, and as it stands right now, Keone has recorded 24 points, 22 kills, 4 digs with only 6 errors. So sure.
4 errors for Keone?
6.
Oh, 6 errors.
Yes, on the other side of the net for Taylor Doria, she's got 12 kills, 4 errors, 16 points and 4 digs, but she has recorded 3 aces for the Red Storm. Hopefully
if you looked at that stat in between games 2 and 3, when we were about to come back for game 3, Dorea was only at, I think, 9 kills. And now she's at 12. Only able to get 3 over the last 2 games. And that's been the complete opposite story for Keone. Keone was also stuck at, I believe, 11 after between games 2 and 3. And now you look at her and it's not even, she's doubled that in a matter of a game and a half, really.
Yes, Keone has definitely woken up, and on the other side of the things, Chaminade has definitely keyed in on Taylor, and someone else is going to have to step up and fill the void, that be another weapon, because Taylor can't do it all, and they know it's the same thing for the Storm. The Storm trying to key in on Keone and keep her from scoring all the points, and Chaminade
It's always tough with Keone, though. This is the first time I've ever seen her play, but she's hitting from everywhere. She hits from the outside, the inside, the middle, and the back row. Yeah, there's nothing you can do, really, to keep her off the net, because with ours, you have an outside hitter, Dorea and Daniel, both hitting pretty well from the outside. But what more can you ask for them? When they're not on, they're not on.
And they're doing everything they can, and it seems like, if I think back, is middle of that third set when Keone had that kill from the back row, when she just rose up with, she hasn't stopped. And like you said, she's just been killing it from everywhere, and hopefully the Red Storm can have an answer for it in this 5th set. As we're getting ready to get underway.
Who will be serving?
I believe Chaminade will.
Natasha Enos
be serving. And
got to get out of the serve quick. This is an excellent rotation for Chaminade. They've been rallying off points like crazy in the last 2 games with Natasha serving. If I'm Dixie, I want to come out right away and get a quick kill here. The serve's over. Dorea sets it up. Kaylee goes quick to Mackenzie Berg-Murphy, but it's dug up once again by Chaminade. Anderson's
there to save it. Kaylee hits it back over. That's
I think it was Anderson.
That's Gianna Koa out there for the Storm. She hasn't seen a lot of action tonight, but she was definitely there when needed.
Gianna Kioa actually had an excellent game last Wednesday when I was announcing. Came in relief in the game 2 and played really well and stayed in actually 3 and 4. So maybe a little change, maybe looking for some energy off the sideline as Coach Felder, which isn't a bad idea because the players he had out there earlier were kind of flat.
And definitely, they've been out there for a while. They're certain that they're tired. And this Red Storm are off to a good start, a 2-0 start. Taylor's back to serve for a second time.
And I believe, is that Brett Anderson? Yeah, Brett is up on the front the net as well.
Yeah, we got Brett, Gianna
Kioa, and Mackenzie Berg-Murphy.
Mackenzie, yes.
And then Dorea, Kaylee Fry, and Anderson back here. Taylor with the float serve. Brenda sets it up to Spring. Straight down from Mackenzie Berg-Murphy and Brett Anderson on the team block there. Dixie State jumps out to a quick 3-0 lead as Kim Spring sends that one right into Brett Anderson's arms with another block.
That's great.
Get up. Oh, Taylor
nice.
Brea.
Nice save from Taylor. And then a little miscommunication there.
The ref looking for some help, or Coach Felder actually asking the umpire, but not getting what she wanted apparently. Barea will sub out as Jacqueline Condi now seeing some action as well. She hasn't been in since the second game either, I don't believe, as she will sub in on the backside. As the players over here trying to get a little chant going, give them some energy. Back serving is number 18, Cassie Rushlow. Anderson sets it up. Kaylee, backside to Mackenzie Bird Murphy off the top of the block. Brenda goes out to Kayani, who else? And it's
what a
knocked down
save.
off the roof. Anderson's got to send it. She drops to her knee and gets it
great.
over. Brenda goes up top to Kayani again, and Kayani makes him pay. Excellent hustle there from the Storm, but you have to get a block in front of Kayani, and she's moving all over the court. The first one she hits from the side, unable to get her to put it away. Moves to the middle and able to put it away on the second attempt. If I'm Coach Felder, I'm telling her we have got a block in front of Kayani every time. We'll open it up to solo blocks everywhere else.
Yeah, because Kayani's just pretty much doing what she wants for the Storm right now. But
Gianna
Gianna was a
rolls
little
it.
tip.
Just enough. Kim Spring now rolls one as well. Anderson's there. Up top to Anderson. Anderson to Anderson. Dug up nicely by Natasha. That is going to be a double. Yep. As Brenda Walker unable to push it evenly with both hands. Sends it over illegally. But she keeps her cool. She was a little bit upset with it. As you see the side spin right there, the left hand kind of faded out and the right hand put all that spin on it. Anderson did get a piece of it as well. It wasn't going to fall free to the ground. But Mackenzie Bird Murphy back to serve. Up top. Quick kill there by LeBry. An excellent pass there from Cassie Rushlow. As it got a little deep on her, but she still got a great pass off of Natasha Enos. Puts it up quick to LeBry, and LeBry puts it down. Service now back to number 9, Spring.
Kim Spring. A little mishandled there. Service
3
error.
points once again. 4-4. After starting out hot, Dixie State gives them all right back, and we're back to 4 all.
Nice attack by Gianna Koa, but nothing.
Number 3, Sinchitsa Bakic with the kill. It's only 5-4, but if you look at the energy of Chaminade's players, it would appear there's a lot more for them.
Yeah, they definitely, it feels, I guess the word is a little bit nervous for the Storm. I don't know.
Kayani once again getting a hand in the way of that hit from Gianna Kiowa. Delaney Daniel now going to sub back in for Gianna Kiowa.
Maybe Delaney just needed a little bit of rest, and hopefully she can come in and spark something again.
Dixie in a desperate need of a side out here. You don't want to get them too much of a lead, as this game's only to 15. That 15 points comes quickly. Once again, we're 2 points or 4 points away from the switch. Deep corner, just out. Looked like the right spot. Not quite. If Chaminade gets this point, we'll pause in the action and switch sides of court and continue to the end. Looks like a timeout.
Felder's taking a timeout.
Does not want to go to the other side of the court, down 8-4, leaving the serve with Chaminade. Good timeout here. Like I said, Chaminade appears to have more energy. The gym seems to be a lot louder on their half with the celebrations. They've had a few more big plays, though, as well. It's always easier to celebrate big plays than it is just your average kill. Like, everyday kills happen. But Keone she's having some explosive kills. The ball's just bouncing off her hand, and it's just rocketing towards the floor.
It is. She's an amazing player, and yeah, it's the bench for Chaminade is out playing the entire stadium right now. The entire gym is being overpowered by their celebration.
Yeah, the energy has just been completely drained as Coach Felder tells him right here, you have to dig deep. We're at home, use the energy. We've got to get it back and make a push here to close this out. As Dixie State's bench trying to get a little bit of energy over there for them.
Yeah, hopefully they can come out. They just continue to come out a little bit flat. And you can definitely feel a sense of desperation up from the Storm. And Chaminade's playing very loose, just as Kim Springs back to serve. Hopefully the Storm can just get this serve back and move forward.
A huge side out right here. If you can get this side out, you got a chance to go and get the game. Outside to Daniel. Been warming her legs up. It's over, and it's out. Perfect. Just what we needed from the Storm. Delaney gets a kill, as now Talia will step in and serve. As Talia's got a chance to gain a couple points here, change the momentum.
You know, Talia comes in for Brett, and so hopefully, you know, Talia's got a good serve. I've seen her very deceptive, just kind of floats over there and gives everybody time to get in position.
Looking to rally off a few points here. Kim Spring with the pass. The ball is up. No one there. Sinchitsa Bakic with the kill once again.
That's just unfortunate. That's just a breakdown of communication. They just got caught looking at one another, and seems to be some. Coach Felder's got something to say to the.
Trying to decide if it was outside the antenna, but to no avail as we'll change sides.
Coach Felder not happy with the.
Not happy with the call.
The call there. She feels like it went on the other side.
With our replay, it was tough to tell. Obviously, the line judge right in front of the ball and the antenna. You can't really tell what happens.
And an interesting thing about volleyball is they don't refer to replay to make the decision.
I mean, you can watch it
Let's
again
see if
right
we can
here.
get it here. Oh, that looks like it went on this side of the.
I can't tell. I couldn't tell if I saw the pole there and then the ball. I don't know if the ball ever overtook the pole, so I think it might have been in. There's a great tip right there by Kaylee Fry.
And that's what you do when you're upset about a call. You just come back and get the next point.
Exactly.
Erase the bad call.
Don't dwell on it. No reason to dwell on it.
It's not going to do you any good.
You're never going to get the refs to change the call. I mean,
it's not going to happen.
Once in a blue moon, they'll change it. But what's the point right now? You're only down 2.
You might get them to, issue an apology tomorrow, but
yeah, if you're the Seahawks or the Lions, and for that matter, from last night's game.
Oh wow! County just killed it.
You can't block that. You think she's going angle, and you go angle, and all of a sudden in midair she changes and sends a rocket down the line. About takes Alex's head off.
Yeah, when on those, all Alice can do is just get in the way and hope it goes up.
County having herself a game. If Azusa's watching or looking at stats, they're going to be number one priority is going to be Keone. Try to stop her. But Taylor Dorea finally gets back into the edge of the action with a kill.
She found
it had been a while since we called her name. 7-9, Dixie trailing by 2. Alex Anderson back to serve here in Game 5.
See if Allison get us another ace. She's got 4 or 5 of them tonight.
If you are just joining us, Dixie State took the first 2 games. Chaminade got scrappy after the break and came back and won the next 2. Won Game 3 in a close one. In Game 4, they ran away with it. And here we are now, 8-9, Dixie State serving. That is Alex Anderson to Keone. Keone up top, backdoor block,
nice
out
block.
of bounds.
Oh, Dixie State was fortunate on the last one. They missed the block and got the point, and this time they got it. And
10-18. Once again, folks, this game only goes to 15. First team to 15 wins. Brenda Walker with the serve. Talia. Kaylee Fry goes quick with the tip again. It's got to go over, and it does. Talia. Kaylee outside to Dorea. Dorea off the block. Anderson, one hand up. Dorea's got to go up again. Anderson.
They're just waiting for Taylor.
Dorea, 3 blocks in a row. Up. Talia. Taylor once again. Blocked. Taylor once again. Out. An amazing job blocking. The energy and momentum is swung completely to Chaminade's side as Rushlow and Johnson were there on 4 consecutive blocks before Taylor Dorea sends it long.
You feel like Taylor just got us frustrated there and couldn't do anything, so she changed up her strategy and went long.
It's got to be a frustrating moment there.
Let's see if Taylor again.
Keone dives out of the picture to make a play, unable to chase it down. Is Kim Spring on that far corner. 11-9.
Storm trailing by 2.
I can't say it enough. Chaminade is extremely scrappy. They're getting everything. That momentum with the 4 blocks in a row leads to players diving all over the court, trying to keep the ball in the air. Just an amazing game, and then another service error.
Yeah, there hasn't been one point that you feel like the Chaminade's, you can count that as a point, because they seem to get their hands on everything. Even that last one when it was clearly going around and to the judge's bench there, I was like, somehow Chaminade's going to figure out a way to get their hand on that and get it back around. They didn't, but that's the feeling in the air.
Exactly. Natasha now back to serve. Natasha Enos, who really in games 3 and 4 rallied both the rallies, or started both the rallies with her serve. Dixie really needs a side out. They go up top. Sends it up off the roof. Oh, had the roof been taller, once again, Walker in position to put a play up in the air. But Mackenzie Bird Murphy, I believe, with the quick kill there.
What's interesting to note tonight is there hasn't been any balls hitting this beam that we have here in the center court.
Yeah, it usually does find a way to go off.
It usually finds a way to get a hold of one.
Anderson
Alex
digs it up. Outside to Walker. Walker off the net. There's another point. We're 11-12, game 5. Dixie and Chaminade.
I feel a little sense of excitement on Dixie's side now. If they can just hold on to it.
Just trying to get a rally. They force a timeout as Coach Hoke telling them, don't let it slip. You've come this far. We've battled back from 2 games down. We've taken 2 in a row, and now we are one point ahead.
Yeah, they're definitely just telling them to settle down. The momentum is still, if not swinging towards the Storm side, it's still a little bit on Chaminade.
As they just announced in here in the Student Activity Center, Hawaii Pacific will be coming at noon on Saturday. We will not be broadcasting that game. That game you'll have to come and see live for yourselves and enjoy the excitement. You can almost feel the stress and excitement and anxiety of the players from clear up here. And we're on the very top deck, ladies and gentlemen. If you were down on the front rows, I'm sure it'd be a whole other ball game. So come out and enjoy it. Come out and join Dixie the Storm on Saturday. And have yourselves a wonderful evening here, or afternoon, sorry.
You're definitely right about the feeling that whatever your team's feeling, the Storm, the anxiety that they've got, I feel like I'm a part of it right now being here, and it's, as we get closer and closer to 15 points for either side, it's gritting your teeth, and
my palms are getting sweaty for them. I'm scooting up to the edge of my seat. I can constantly keep looking away from my monitor to watch the game, get caught up in it.
Yeah, definitely not sitting still.
It's an intense game right now as DeRay is back to serve once again for the Storm. The serve's good. Keone passes up to the setter. Setter goes out to Kim Spring.
Oh, Alex,
Anderson digs it up. Maybe just what they need. Dug up. Delaney sends it up. Now pushed over. Kim Spring takes another hack at it. Dorea off the beam as you spoke about it.
There it is,
Delaney.
that beam. Oh, wow.
Oh, gives up a free one. Kaylee kind of sends it over for nothing. Out. And it is out. No touch. 12-12. An excellent point there. Kaylee Fry got away with one as she sent over a free ball, which she probably should have tried to set it up to her teammates.
Definitely the excitement in the gym here tonight now is as the Storm have tied it up 12-12, set number 5.
Block straight down. Up. Over deep corner. Delaney plays it. Might have been out, but Delaney brought it back in.
I feel like she saved her there.
Kaylee goes up. Anderson's there. Not there.
Oh, I thought we might have had one there.
Brenda. Outside to Rushlow. Top. Taylor. Fry. Mackenzie Bird Murphy. Brenda. Over to Natasha Enos. Enos outside.
Oh, what a block.
Straight down.
Oh, what a block.
Bird and Brett Anderson get tall right there for Dixie and get a block to take their first lead here in Game 5, forcing another timeout for the Chaminade Silver Swords. Coach Hoke wants to talk about it before going into these final points here. Well, at the rate we're going, maybe not final points. We might go back and forth for a few.
Brett with the big point right there. That was great timing. I was a little nervous because every time he gets over there where Keone's got a chance to do something with it, I'm just close my eyes. And Brett with a great save right there. It was just every everybody's everywhere, and the excitement here in the gym is just, the roof feels like it's about to come off this place at sometimes. And that, like I said, that beam, it got involved. It felt like it needed its chance. And there's our Storm coming out of their timeout, making a little bit more noise. The fans are in it some. Definitely feel the momentum shifted a little bit towards Dixie State right now.
Taylor Dorea has all the pressure on her. She has to put this serve in and make the Silver Swords take it from her. This is her 4th serve as we started at 10. So we'll see what Taylor's made of right here. She's a redshirt freshman.
Great serve there.
Ice in the veins.
Keani's up.
Taylor's there, not in time. Excellent placement there as we are even at 13-13. Taylor Dorea, just a redshirt freshman. A pretty bright future if you're asking me.
Yeah, she's looking to be a superstar for this team for the next few years. As she takes a seat on the bench for a minute.
Cassie Rushlow now a chance to serve. Great serve. Jacqueline Connie puts it up. Backside, Mackenzie Bird Murphy blocked straight down. Unable to get it up as Chaminade will now serve for the match. Dixie State will take a timeout. Let Cassie Rushlow think about it a little bit here. As an excellent hit. The block was there, just unable to get it up in the air.
I couldn't even fathom to take a guess at what Coach Felder's trying to tell the Storm right now. That's why she's the coach and I'm up here, because I wouldn't know what to tell him. It's a very stressful job. The Storm have done a wonderful job tonight rallying back to get in this.
If I'm Coach Felder, I'm telling my girls to go to the quick set right around the backside. Have Delaney wind up like she's going to take a huge cut over here on the close side of the TV and go around that backside to Mackenzie Bird Murphy on one of those quick sets where she comes off 1 foot with the layup jump. Try to drag the block over to Delaney and get Mackenzie Bird Murphy one-on-one on that outside corner, on the far side corner of your TV. Try to catch him off balance. But once again, I'm not the coach. We'll see what Coach Felder decides to do.
Let's find out. Hopefully they can just...
I don't know the girls as well as she does, but that's what I would do right now. I would try to keep Delaney off the front row, because that's about where I think Delaney is on the front row now, so you know that's where they're going if they get the ball back. You got to have everyone ready. Cassie Rushlow back to serve. Game, set, and match point here. It's in the air. Jacqueline sends it up. They go outside to Delaney. Blocked straight down by none other than Keani.
As the Chaminade Swords rush the court.
An excellent display there from Chaminade. The energy level these last few games was just unmatchable there. Like, there's not much you can do. Dixie State kind of came out flat-footed in Game 3.
You do. You feel like they
gave it away in Game 3. Game 4, Delaney Daniel, or Delaney, not Delaney Daniel, but Keani Posse for Chaminade took over.
She did. She definitely took over. You just kind of feel like maybe the Red Storm got a little complacent. It was the first 2 sets were a little too easy for them, and that's unfortunate to see.
A very tough team to beat at home is the Dixie Red Storm. And Chaminade very, very excited about the energy they brought in those last 3 games. I mean, the energy changed the entire game. I don't know if we had an updated stats on the amount of kills that Keani had, but I'm pretty sure it was double any player on the half of Dixie State. As the last time we checked, she was at 22. She may have collected a few more there in Game 5, which would have put her at 23, anywhere from 23 to 26 range.
Yeah, I would say 26. It's she's definitely one of the most valuable players. I don't know if I could say she was the most valuable player, but they rode her, and Brenda Walker just everywhere.
Brenda Walker everywhere for the Chaminade Silver Swords. Once again, Dixie State, though, they battled. Give them that. Kind of got a little complacent. You hate to go up 2 and then lose 3 straight at home. But they'll be back Saturday against Azusa. If you give a player of the game to Dixie State for their effort, it's probably got to be Taylor Dorea. She kind of disappeared in Games 3 and 4. Chaminade really took her out of it just with all the blocks. I mean, that 1 point really kind of told the story of the 2 tails. There was the first half we were all over it, and then that one deciding point where they had 4 blocks in a row on Dorea.
Yeah, they definitely knew where the points were coming from and made the adjustment And unfortunately, the Storm couldn't readjust. They just didn't seem to have an answer for Chaminade's adjustment. But like we said, come on down next Saturday.
Or this Saturday.
This Saturday, day after tomorrow, or 2 days from now.
Yep.
Hawaii Pacific will be here.
At noon.
At noon.
This is Hayden Peterson and Michael Calley with CEC TV, and good evening.
Thanks for coming out, and have a great night.